Hello everyone, it's Quintickle here. Today we're going to do some programming. I'm starting a new series about quick coding and I'm going to try in about 10 or 15 parts to do a snake game with you guys. So I'm going to record every time I code. Today we're going to go about implementing the player and implementing food and some basic classes that I'm going to use. I'm also going to implement a direction system, but nothing graphical so far. For this project I am using the graphics.h library. It's, yes, very antic, but you can use it because it has very basic logic. Like you can just straight out write ellipse 2020 0055, boom. You got a circle. That's why I like the library so much, and we're going to use it. Go ahead, sue me if you don't like it. So, what we're going to do today, first, we're going to implement the snake itself. But in order to implement the snake, we're going to have a grid. And it's going to be class point. I'm just declaring points, doing it all public, int x and y. And that's it. And then I'm going to do class snake public. And now I'm going to do a vector of points, and I'm going to call positions. Positions. Good. And I'm also going to, I'm also going to make a constructor for it. Also, I should have made a constructor for this as well. Int x1, int y1. And it's all, and I'm going to say x is equal to y1, and y is equal, x is equal to x1, and y is equal to y1. Sorry for that. Okay, and where I'm going to also add a constructor for the snake, and I'm going to say snake, and it's going to take a parameter as vector of point positions. And it's going to do for int I is equal to 0, I smaller than positions dot size. Wait, it's positions 1. Dot size dot and comma I plus plus positions 1 dot pushback positions dot at I. What's this going to do is basically it goes through the positions 1. Wait, positions and positions 1. Here's basically you use the constructor to give it a vector of points, and it's going to go through that vector and copy every element in the positions vector. Okay, so those are my constructors so far. Now I'm going to implement a simple directioning system. It's going to be define. I can't type today. Define up 4. I'm going to do 4 copies. Down, right, and left. We can give these any values we want, but I'm just going to do with 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and now that we've given these values, we're going to implement a directioning system. So I'm going to say while true. While true if get async key state of vk underscore down, it's different from 0, then direction is equal to down. Okay, I'm also going to have to declare the direction. I'm going to set it by default to down. Then I'm going to add 4 copies. If it's up, left, and right. Perfect. And then it's going to be down, up, left, right. And then I'm going to do a cout direction just to make sure everything is working properly. Let's see, compile. I did something wrong. Oh, grab that. Okay. I ran this and we get this. I'm pressing down right now, I'm pressing up, I'm pressing left, and I'm pressing right. And as you can see, they all work properly and we get quite a few frames per second. So what we're going to do now is implement food. So I'm going to say class food, and I'm going to say public, and I'm going to give it a vector. No, I don't need a vector actually, I just need a point position. Dot and comma. I'm also going to add a constructor to it. Position 1. I'm going to do position position is equal to position 1, and that's all well and good. Just going to quickly take a few lines off because we're not really going to work with this. So this is like the part of the code that just stays there, doesn't really do much. Okay, then I'm going to I also have to add a size to this. Actually, I don't have to add a size because my positions vector keeps me right for this. Good, so what we're going to do is basically I also need some logic for my snake game. I need to basically move the snake one space forward. Basically taking every position, moving it back one space, deleting the last position and adding a new one. So that's not very hard to do. Basically I'm going to say void next step and direction. Good, and that is equal to direction. That's equal to and I'm going to say easy, very simple. I'm going to say if the direction is equal to up, I'm going to say point f is equal to position to positions of positions dot size -1. Good. Then I'm going to say f of y minus minus, and then I'm going to say if f of y is smaller than 3, then f of y, and you're going to see why I'm doing this in a second, 30, and then I'm going to say vectpop pos positions dot size, and I'm going to implement this function as well in just a second. Good. Now I'm going to implement the vectpos because the vectpop function. I should have told you about it, but I didn't. So I'm going to do it right now. The code for it is very, very simple. Just have to do void vectpop vector of points named A. I don't need a length. Actually, I don't even need a length as a perimeter. I just pass that along that. And the point itself, point to add. Then I'm going to say for int I is equal to 0, I smaller than a dot size -1, I plus plus. I'm going to say a dot at. No, actually I have to modify it, so I'm going to use this. A of a dot size -1 is equal to no, actually just a of I. A of I is equal to a of I plus 1, and I'm actually going to delete this. I'm just going to remove these. Okay, perfect. And now I just have to do a of a dot size -1 is equal to what? And that basically cuts off a part of the vector and moves it at the front based on the direction. Point was not. Oh, I have to move this a bit down. This should do it. Oh, what was? Oh, I just named it to add. To add. Okay, I'm going to copy this quickly. Control C, Control V, Control V, Control V. Format it. And change the directions. So basically, so it's not that hard. We just have to program in each direction. I'm going to say F for down, because you know the axes in tech, they're like reversed. So F of y plus plus. Then we're going to say if F of y is bigger than 30, then this is equal to 3. And then vectpop of that. Good. Then if the direction is equal to left, then actually, no, I'm doing right now. F of x, we just do plus plus. And then if f of x is bigger than 30, than 45 actually. I'm scaling this to the actual, I'm scaling this, 1 second, I have to do something, just making sure of something, because there is something that I should do. So now that we've programmed in almost all directions, I'm going to quickly rewrite them. So x is equal to 0, then vectpop, and then if f of x is more than 0, then f of x is equal to 45. So what this, so basically what you do is you take the last one, and if the direction is up, you move it up. And I forgot to change this. If the direction is left, then you move it to the left, which is x minus minus. If it's down, you move it down. If it's right, you move it to right. But some of you are probably wondering, what does this do? Basically, this checks if the position of the player is off screen, and then it moves it at the back of that. Okay, and it should compile properly. Almost properly. Oh, not pause. I accidentally... It's not pause here, it's positions. Whoops. Okay, positions... and positions, and positions. Good. And something is still wrong. Has incomplete type food. What? Did I spell something wrong? Oh! Point. What is wrong with you this time? I have no idea, let's just remove the constructor. Okay, and obviously nothing is showing up, but it's compiled, which is great. I'm also going to do something a bit sketchy to get rid of those pesky warnings. Also here as well. Yes, I am going to use iterators later in the video. Don't kill me, I'm just doing this because I'm running out of time. Because this is all I've got for today. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like. If you really enjoyed it, make sure you're subscribed. Maybe even share this with your friends. And as always, thanks for watching. Quintickle out.